Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review of Ready to Love Season 6, Episode 9. I was just trying to make sure I got it right, y'all. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all stop right now for me, please. Like the video. It helps me in the algorithm. It helps my video get in front of other people that otherwise would not click on me and my puppy and my avatar. Y'all, help a sister out. All right, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. The episode didn't really give much, but you know the season ain't really giving much. So we're going to get into it as we get into it. When the episode first opens up, Clifton arrives at the getaway because you know it's time for the singles to get together in one place and see how everything implodes. So they arrive at the getaway and then Dakia arrives, baby, then Joy arrives. Now, how y'all love triangle show up first? Okay. So Joy said, you know, there's nothing that she has to physically do to solidify her connection with Clifton. Well, what does that mean? Y'all got it popping already? Or what are you trying to say? Like, it's what I'm trying to figure out. So she came in and put her bags in the room that Clifton was in. Y'all know what? Joy comes across thirsty on the slick sometimes. Like, let him be a little forward. It's like every time she's like, oh, I want that man. Oh, I was ready to kiss that man. Oh, I gotta have that man. Joy, calm down, honey, and let him work a little bit. It's like he's not working at all. It seems like it's all Joy. Every episode, she's like, oh, yes, I want him. I want to kiss him. I guess she staked her claim early, but meanwhile, he's still going between her and Dakia. So they're all sitting around talking, and so Sabrina shows up. And she was like, are people sharing beds? He gonna lie and say, I don't know. Now, mind you, he had already looked in the room and saw that Joy's bag was on his bed. So Sabrina said, well, I saw 2 bags on your bed. Here go Clifton trying to act dumb. What? What you mean? Baby, Dakia is not feeling them sharing a room. So then the rest of the singles arrive. Then Tommy shows up. Hey, Tommy. So he tells them that Christina had car trouble, but she's on the way. And that's the oldest trick in the book. Girl, you don't want to come. Honey, she ain't coming. And if she does come, it's going to be when it's time to get back home. So he tells them that now is the time for them to really get to know each other. He's like, time to peel back those layers. You know, like an onion. But be careful, because them tears will come. Shut up, Tommy. Tommy and his Tommyisms. Oh, child. So they peeling back the layers of the blooming onion and whatnot, child. And I guess they going to start crying. Honey, ain't nobody going to start crying because these ain't no real connections. But y'all going to set yourself off. So then he tells them that one man will be going home this weekend. I'm predicting that it's going to be Tori and or Paul. So they're sitting and the drinks are flowing. Demetrius and Tori are out there talking about the truth of their game. So Tori said, you know, he wants to see how Sabrina actually feels about Demetrius because he knows that they have a connection, but he doesn't think that it's stable. Now, Tori, I know you don't think that y'all connection is stable, honey. You let us know every episode that your connection is shaky. Every single scene. So, I mean, if that's the case, neither one of your connections is stable. So Tori is telling Demetrius that, you know, he put the brakes on things with Sabrina, you know, after the game, but he wants to see how the romantic connection is because she looks at him, Donovan, and Demetrius all the same way because Sabrina is playing a game. Tori, so you chose now to explore when you've been acting funny the last 3 episodes? That's suspicious. Also, Sabrina just wants to be chosen, honey, and have men vie for her affection. I don't know if she truly likes any of you, and that's just the real. So Sabrina is saying in her confessional that going into the weekend, she has a lot of concerns about Donovan and Demetrius. So Sabrina and Donovan go outside to talk, right? And she's asking him if he's looking for a relationship or does he just want a date because he's recently divorced. He said, I don't want things to be stagnant. Like, I'm looking for my one, my person, the person I can kick it with, the person I can be with. So then she was like, well, how long have you been single? And he said 3 months. Sir, you are not ready to jump back into anything serious after 3 months of being divorced. Okay? There is a time limit for healing. You are not ready to go from married to a serious relationship. So she was like, are you ready for that? He's like, well, you know, I've had a few relationships. How many relationships can you have in the span of 3 months? They must have all lasted for a week. So Sabrina says she wants to make sure that he isn't wasting her time. I think y'all wasting each other's time, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. I don't think Donovan is ready for another something serious after divorce, but Sabrina, how long have you been single? Because I keep hearing Sabrina ask these questions, but I don't know if you are like ready for the same thing that you're asking them for. Like something don't seem quite right about you either. In the next scene, Paul is over there sharing food with Carmen, eating off the same fork and whatnot. Actually, he was eating his salad by himself, but then here comes Carmen, scooting underneath him, getting real close. I guess she was trying to, get a little bit of attention and whatnot, but honey, he was eating, so he shared some of his food so she'd go away. And I was like, ooh, yuck, honey, y'all know how I feel about them eating off the same utensils. It's disgusting. So she's talking about connections while he's chomping down on this salad. Baby, he could care less. Okay, do y'all hear me? In his confessional, he's sitting up there talking about Christina. She's not there, Paul. She's not. I don't know if she's coming, but she's not there. And she's feeling how uninterested he is because, you can sense it. So she said, men usually come to me. Do they? Because I've seen you go to Chef Eric, Paul, Clifton. I guess it must be in real life where the men come to you. It must be in real life. Out on the porch, Clifton and Dakia, they're out there talking. And she got this attitude, child, after seeing Joy's things on his bed. So she was like, this weekend, I feel like our connection changed. I mean, it hasn't even been 8 hours yet, Dakia, but I understand what you mean. But he didn't tell Joy to put those things in his room. Joy is staking her claim. She's doing that on her own. She said they had a romantic connection and she's trying not to be in her feelings, honey, but it's feeling like you're in your feelings and you can't get out. There is such tension as these two are sitting across from each other. So Clifton starts talking about the weather, child. He was like, yeah, the weather is nice. It's like not too hot, not too cold. I keep my AC on. Boy, we don't want to hear nothing about that. Please tell Dakia what it is. Are you Team Joy or are you Team Dakia? Child, this is a mess. He knows she's upset about Joy sharing the room with him, so he's trying to make a little small talk. Meanwhile, Dakia got a whole attitude in her head, child. Over on the other side, Donovan and Joy, they're talking about how his connection is with Sabrina. And you know what I noticed about Joy? She's always physically draped over a man. Like she has her legs all over Donovan. Then later on, she's like cuddling up with Paul. She's a guy's girl. That's what I'm gathering from Joy. She's all places and nowhere but with Clifton at the same damn time. So here comes Carmen, honey, dressed like Zsa Zsa Gabor, draping her legs over him. I said, okay, chinchilla. Baby, Carmen got on this fur, honey. Hopefully it's faux fur. We did not want anybody killed in the process of making Carmen's coat. And so she sits down. He starts rubbing on her legs, and she liked that. And she was like, I just want to know who's choosing me. So Donovan said that he likes her style. He likes her energy. He likes everything about Carmen. Okay. So she tells him, yeah, I saw you and Sabrina. I wasn't going to let too much time pass before I checked on my boo. Carmen, why you always got to bring up the other women? Focus on you. Focus on yourself. But then Carmen finally gives a compliment. She says Sabrina is a great woman. Nothing negative to say about her, but it depends on what he wants. And may the best woman win. Okay, Carmen, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you actually complimented another woman, even though I'm not sure the compliment was sincere, child. It sounded like some foolery if you ask me. Outside, the men are talking about if Christina is coming. Inside, the women are like, I think it's something else. I don't think it's car trouble. I don't think she want to come. And I don't think she want to come either, y'all. Back outside, the men were like debating whether or not they should continue on with Christina. And the men don't think that she should be there because she's not been present. She is not interested in any of you. And I don't think she's coming, period. So the men are like, well, yeah, she's not a good fit. It's not y'all's decision, but y'all go and set yourself off. In the next scene, everybody gets together to eat, and Sabrina's like, I asked to sit next to you because she sits down next to Demetrius. She's like, I asked to sit next to you because, I just want you to like me. He says, you don't think I like you? Now, she know you like her, okay? She just wants you to chase her. It's not giving them enough excitement. You're dull as a box of rocks. That's what's going on. And who else Demetrius been talking to? Girl, you know he like you. So after dinner, Clifton and Joy, they come out dressed in onesies, looking like one of the Instagram couples that take Christmas pictures after they done got through fussing 364 days a year. They gonna take these Christmas PJ onesie pictures on the 365th day. That's what Joy and Clifton are giving me. So baby Dakia is shaking her head. She's like, you know what? That told me that y'all made a conscious decision to bring onesies together. But Dakia, you could have done that too. Like, okay, I understand her being upset because she likes Clifton. I understand that. That's human nature to get a little antsy. Like, yeah, I know you lying. I understand that. But Dakia, you also have to take some initiative. Honey, if you wanted to wear matching onesies, you should have thought of it. She said, he could have told her his decision was made instead of having her see them in their matching onesies. Now, quite frankly, to be honest, y'all, I think that was Joy's decision. She seems to be the more forward one in the relationship that is Joy and Clifton. I feel like she's making all the decisions. So Sabrina is talking to Demetrius on the side, and she's like, now is the time for us to make decisions. He said, yeah, I know. You know I don't play. And sir, please, if Sabrina wouldn't have been for you, you would be gone. Okay? Because I don't see you connecting with anybody else. He's like, if this is something you really want, it's up to you. Whether or not you lose it. Oh, no, honey, he would have lost me immediately. In that moment, he would have lost me. Boy, I'm not about to chase you. Are you crazy? Sir, I'm not about to pursue you. She said, I just feel like I've gone out of my way. This is what she's saying in her confessional. I've gone out of my comfort zone to let him know that I like him, but I haven't seen him do that as much, and I'm tired of it. Really? Well, that's what you get. Because when you had Tori bringing you cupcakes, you couldn't be bothered. Now you stuck with Deacon Demetrius, and nothing about Demetrius says interested in anyone but himself. You let the suit fool you. Moving forward. She said he's acting too cool for school. And is. So everybody goes to their rooms for the night. And I was like, what kind of episode is this? Baby, where are the games? Like, what do we need to talk? Like, who likes whom? This just shows me right here that this is a cast full of actors. Okay, these are people that have been recruited to put together a show for us to watch for the duration of the season. Because, baby, they gave nothing. They went from getting there to eating, a short clip of them eating, sitting down, to them going to sleep. Ciao. So everybody goes to their rooms for the night. And nothing but a bunch of miscommunication and attitudes is all I've seen so far. So Sabrina is sitting out by herself, and Tori comes out to join her, right? And they start talking, making awkward small talk. So then they talk about their connection and how it's been dwindling since the bonfire. So she said, yeah, I know we both wanted things to be different, but I see us more as friends. Oh, poor Tori. It's for the best with her anyway, child. Because that's not going to be what you want. She wants someone that is on 24 hours a day, and I don't see that being Tori. In her confessional, she says she no longer has a romantic connection with Tori. She tried to handle his feelings with care after the truth or dare game, being transparent and honest, but she just don't see it. So she tells him, she's like, yeah, I wish that, I'll be happy for any woman that'll make you happy. He said he doesn't really know if there's anyone there for him. And Tori, I feel your time is up, honey. I just feel it's up. He said, I'm trying to figure out my place in this situation. It feels like they're playing a game of duck, duck, goose where everybody's moving around and they sit in a chair and everybody has a chair except him. Oh, Tori. Well, listen, your Mrs. is on the way and she's out there somewhere, child. I'm sure the DMs are going to be blow up waiting. I heard you deleted your Instagram. I hope that's not true. Because, baby, how are women going to find you? I know you want someone that's intentional with you. And you're a little bit of a sensitive soul. I gather that as well. So you need to find someone who's going to be all about Tori. But also, I don't think you mean duck, duck, goose. I think you mean musical chairs. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there, child. That's just a side note. Moving forward. It's the next morning. Clifton said waking up to Joy was like Christmas morning. Well, did y'all unwrap any presents last night, Kris Kringle? Okay? And y'all ain't fooling me. She's like, ooh, I had a nice, comfortable bed, a sexy man with a beautiful, deep voice saying good morning. Yeah. So they definitely, probably, allegedly got it popping. In the next room, Donovan is trying to call Christina. Donovan, didn't you say last night that she shouldn't be here? She's not. Why are you calling her? I guess to make sure that she's okay. So I think that that's cool. But baby, y'all looking for Christina in the daytime with a flashlight. She doesn't want to be bothered. That ex told y'all that she likes to ghost men for years on end. Boy, well, you weren't present. It was just Demetrius and Paul. But yes, she likes to ghost men. So he's calling, trying to make sure she's okay. And he's like, I don't think she's taking this seriously. You think? He's calling her, going straight to voicemail. In the next scene, Joy and Clifton go out to talk, and she asked him if he had a good time last night. Well, girl, you know he did. He was like, yeah, I had a great time. Mm-hmm. She said, well, do you feel like someone else here could be your connection? Girl, just say Dakia. Just ask him straight up. Is Dakia another one of your connections? Just ask him. He's like, do I feel like it's hindering my connection with you? She's like, no, but someone else here feels like you have a connection with them. He knew what you meant and he knew what you were saying. I'm starting to see Clifton likes to play games too. He starts talking in riddles. He's like, well, I don't know. We're all here for some. Clifton, who are you choosing? So Joy, in her confessional, she was like, I know where my heart is, but it doesn't seem like anybody else knows. Joy, you're putting the pressure on him, honey. It's like Marry Me Now, that show that comes out on Saturdays. Give him a chance to digest things. And Clifton, you're playing a game, child. Anywho, moving forward. In Dakia's room, Sabrina comes in to check on her. And Dakia said Clifton hasn't really said anything to her at all this weekend. And Sabrina is noticing that. So Dakia tells her, that she just feels like the decision was made to stay in the same room and that she knows Joy and Clifton have a connection, but she feels like their oyster date kind of solidified the connection between them. I think if Clifton could merge both ladies together, he would, because they both have something that the other one doesn't. Joy doesn't seem to be as refined as Dakia is, and Dakia is missing that spark and that spunk, that spontaneity and that fun side, and that's the thing that he likes about Joy. So I'm not sure that either of them is the best fit for him. It's just who he gravitates to more. That's what I'm getting. So she said Clifton and her came in hoping to get some one-on-one time, cuddling on the couch and whatnot, but that ain't happening. She said, well, then something shifted, right? This is what Sabrina is saying. She said, okay, I guess you just wish she would have been more transparent with you before y'all got here. She said, yes, that. Okay. She said, I feel blindsided. In her confessional, she said, I don't want to be out here looking hurt and dumb where everybody else knows the deal but me. Okay. Clifton needs to just be a man about it. Shout out to Tony Braxton. Just tell her, Clifton, what it is and what it ain't. And because at this point, it seems like Joy has left her mark and y'all are a couple. So just say that. In the next scene, Paul and Dakia, they go out to talk. Girl, you don't like Paul, okay? You like that he pours into you with the words and whatnot, but you don't like Paul. So they start talking about their connection towards the end, and Paul is laying it on pretty thick with Dakia, really pouring into her, saying all these sweet things. I thought it was very special. Paul, that was really nice. So he's saying all these sweet things, and she said, Paul is saying everything that she needs to hear. Child, especially after Joy and Clifton. Paul is making Dakia feel like a natural woman and whatnot, and she's eating it up. It was sweet, but I don't see these two together. So baby, then Tommy shows up. So he asked them if anyone has heard from Christina. And so Donovan was like, I called her, but she didn't answer. Here go Joy in the confessional. I hope she's safe. Moving on. Dang, Joy. Well, baby, he just checked. He got to check as the host, honey. He has to ask the burning questions. So he tells them that the time has come. So he wants the ladies to tell him who's not ready to love. Baby, the whole cast can be eliminated at this point. Okay, they all can go. Moving forward. So Tommy pulls the ladies outside and he's like, what did I miss? Nothing. Chad ain't been doing absolutely nothing. So then he wants to know who the women are feeling. Y'all know how it goes. So Sabrina said, it's the D's for me, honey. It's the D for me. And Carmen was like, I think it's the D for everybody. Here go Tommy. I don't want none of that. I know that's right, Tommy. Tommy said, no, I don't want no D. I don't want no DB. I know that's real. But she said, Donovan is the aggressor and she likes that. But Demetrius makes her feel safe and secure. Joy, of course, said Clifton. Dakia said Clifton has been in her top, but she can see a genuine connection with Joy and Clifton and, she sees it there. I thought that was very classy of her. She's bowing out gracefully, allowing the two of them to cultivate their relationship. Baby, I don't be nowhere where nobody don't want me. Okay, I'm not in the business of keeping no man that don't want to be kept. I know that's right, Dakia. Nice and classy like. So then Dakia said Tori could be a potential romantic connection, but Paul is sneaking right on in. Girl, where did Tori come from? Dakia, it's time for you to go next episode, sweetheart. Carmen said Paul and Donovan. So then Tommy said, well, who's the weakest connection? Joy said Donovan. Dakia said Donovan and Demetrius. No strong connections there. Carmen said Tori. Sabrina said Tori because, they're more like friends now. And Paul. They feel like Paul is too little too late. Paul ain't never had no connections to begin with, y'all. So once all the ladies decided on that, they now have to decide who will go. So all the singles gather to find out who will be going home. So Sabrina goes up front to let the group know who will be leaving. So she said, Tori, please step forward. And Paul, She said, unfortunately, next time on Ready to Love. Tommy, quit playing with me. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it, honey. Another waste of an episode. Okay, y'all are getting on my nervous system. Are we going to eliminate some people? We did not need a cliffhanger. Tori, pack your bags, you're going home. Paul, pack your bags, you're going home. Just send them both at the same time, child. Nothing against y'all, but let's just get this ball rolling, honey, so we can get to the finale of it all, because y'all are getting on my nervous. Child, please comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. It didn't give anything to me. Is it just me? Because, child, I didn't even care about the little attitude that Dakia had. Because, girl, you know he had another connection. Joy, you're coming in hot. Clifton, you're coming in weak. Like you're giving weak sauce. Do you like Dakia or do you like Joy? If you like Joy, just say that. Oh, child, I'm annoyed, so I gotta go. See y'all later for Put a Ring on It. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.